I started consulting when I was 28 years old. The reason a person starts consulting when they're 28 years old is because they can't hold a real job. So they have to talk other people into believing that they have something of value. And my very first job was helping a company by the name of Hang Ten Sportswear. In 1978, Hang Ten Sportswear was the equivalent of what Quicksilver is today. The president of that organization was 55 years old, which is how old I am, and he was trying to sell to the then baby boomers who were all in their 20s. And he hired me to come in to do some marketing and strategy consulting about how do I make Hang Ten still stay cool. Obviously, I failed at that, but I had a very interesting experience with him. And I asked him, as I start all consulting assignments with, is, what is your dream? If this could be heaven for you, what would it look like? And he said, let me tell you a story, and then I'll answer your question. 2 weeks ago, we were in New York. The company that owns Hang Ten was a conglomerate, which were really popular in the 70s. And that's an organization that owned a lot of other companies, usually doing totally unrelated things. And he said at that meeting, there were all of the CEOs of the various companies in that room. The head man stood up and asked the CFO, the corporate CFO, to come up around the table. And he said, drop your trousers. And the CFO looked at him and said, what? Drop your trousers. Now. So he unbuckled his pants and was standing in his boxer shorts. Then he looked at all the other CEOs and he said, I own you, and I own each one of you. Never forget it. He told me that story and he said, my dream is to keep my job and my pants. Now, that's not an apocryphal story. That kind of fear really existed in that organization. And if we look at the stories of Enron, of WorldCom, of HealthSouth, of lots of these companies that we read about in the newspaper, a version of a CEO saying to the CFO or a CFO saying to their staff, drop your trousers, is still alive today.